Hello and welcome back to Jacob's Toys 5-minute figure reviews. Please do like, share, subscribe and all of those things. All support to the channel is very much appreciated. In this video we're going to take a look at the Marvel Legends VHS series X-Men's Morph, based on the animated TV show. So here we go, let's open him up and take a look. I'll get it out of the way now, but the boxes on these figures are awesome, and they're one of the very few boxes that I keep just because the artwork is awesome and I love the way that they look like the old VHS tapes. So inside you've got your standard kind of cardboard packaging that we get with the windowless boxes nowadays, and it holds the figure in nicely. So there we go, and you see all the bits fall out. I'm going to put these back together because, as I said, I keep these boxes, so I'm going to put that together and put it on my box display, my VHS box display. Now, Morph is a character that we saw in the animated series and it was a huge fan favourite, and this is a figure that has been highly anticipated. Everybody had been crying out for a Morph figure for quite some time, so as soon as they started the VHS boxes, we all knew that Morph was coming at some point. Now, from first inspections, I can't see any issues. There's no kind of paint rub or any problems there, and all the pieces are in. I mean, his belt's a little bit off to the side, but I'll play around with that in a minute because that's a movable piece, so nothing to complain about. On first inspections, he is pretty cool. Now, this is cel shaded like all of the other VHS boxes, and people are kind of split whether they like the cel shading or not. Me personally, it doesn't bother me a huge amount just because it's this style of figure, it's this style for the line, so it's not a big problem. And you can see the cel shading on him isn't overly invasive, it's quite toned down. I don't like it on the jacket, but on the body it's okay. Now, the only accessories he comes with is two alternate open hands and the evil Morph head. Now, the evil Morph head is definitely the better of the two. First thing that I'm kind of thinking is why his hair is brown, and he looks quite stern. In the TV show, on that first episode, he had black hair, and he was quite, he laughed a lot and made the rest of the team laugh, so he looks a little bit stern, but it's forgivable. I can get past it. The definite plus for this figure are these new legs. They're pinless, and these sort of thigh bands that we've had on so many figures in the past, like Cyclops, that keep falling down, are actually sculpted in, which is a really nice bonus. And they're cut exactly where the thigh movement is as well, so it hides that line there and makes it even more pinless, if that makes sense. Here he is next to Wolverine, and he's quite tall next to Wolverine. He's a little bit taller than Storm as well, and I'm going to have to go back and watch that first episode because I don't remember him being really tall, but he is definitely on the tall side, so yeah, I'm not sure about that, but altogether they look really great next to each other, and he looks a lot less cel shaded than Storm and Wolverine. My other big gripe, I suppose, with this figure is the jacket, because the jacket's not really that accurate. It's a reuse of the Cyclops from the Love Triangle pack, from what I can tell. I think this torso is the same one, but it's definitely the same jacket that we've seen on Wolverine and we've seen on Cyclops. And it's not accurate to the jacket that he wore in the show. The jacket he wore in the show was a lot more like a kind of bomber jacket that had I'm pretty sure it had elasticated bottom as well, like around the bottom, but it definitely had more pockets and it didn't have a furry collar. Now, this is the custom Morph that I made many years ago using that exact same jacket, but that's because that's the only jacket that we had. So I'm going to pop the evil head on my custom and keep it like that because the tones are darker and I think that looks quite cool. And he's obviously holding his weapon because, well, watch the show. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. But the evil head working on my custom, I'm happy with. It looks darker, it looks a bit different. But I kind of wish they'd given us an accurate jacket and maybe a few different heads. That would have been a bit of a bonus. Just because this is the same jacket that a lot of us used for customs. So to get a different jacket for male figures would have been a real plus. And it just feels a little bit of a reuse. So I'm kind of on the fence because the bottom half of him is fantastic, it's really cool. The top half of him is kind of reused, and because it's reused as well, it's inaccurate. He's in the show, I'm pretty sure his neck is exposed. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, but I'm pretty sure he's got like a collar piece on his suit, whereas on this figure it's just a standard suit that kind of goes all the way out the neck. So yeah, the top half I'm not overly impressed by, and the bottom half I am. The evil head I really love, and the neutral head not so much. But it is Morph, and it's the animated series Morph, so I'm really pleased to be able to add him to the collection, and I think that if you're an X-Men collector, he's definitely worth picking up. Here he is with Cyclops' head, just because now it's a Cyclops figure. Let's be honest, you just pop a different head on there and it's now Cyclops. But yeah, if you're an X-Men collector, I definitely think it's worth picking up, especially if you're collecting the VHS box sets, because it's Morph at the end of the day, and we all love Morph. So these are how I'm going to display them in my collection. I'm really pleased to have them, and I think he's definitely worth picking up, even if there is a few inaccuracies. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all those things, and I'll see you soon.